took one of the little treasure vases into Liberia about 5 years after the end of a very brutal civil war. And there I met a whole community of people in the worst fought area of the war, which actually borders Guinea and Sierra Leone up in northern Liberia. One of the gentlemen that I met was a former rebel general who had fought and commanded troops in that area. And he asked me to teach him how to meditate. That was one of the ways I got there. And I couldn't believe that he wanted to learn how to meditate. But so there we were. We took the treasure vase into this part of Liberia. And there must have been 500 people who came from 3 countries to pray for peace into that little clay pot and offer the most intense prayers I've ever seen in all of my 25 years with this practice. And they poured their hearts into this little vessel. And their wish for peace was so strong that when we buried the vase in the village where the elders had selected it to go, after it was buried at the base of a cola tree, the elders said to me, "Well, now what? We want to remember these prayers. This was important for us." And I said, "Well, what would that look like to you?" And after some discussion, it was decided that they wanted to build what's called a palaver hut or a peace hut in that village right next to where the treasure vase was buried, as a place that they could gather to come together to remember their prayers for peace, to reconcile and resolve conflict if it were to arise, and to reclaim their lives. And so our organization, Alliance for the Earth, raised the money to build the first peace hut. We now have 3 peace huts in conflict-prone regions of Liberia. We have a whole team that's headed up by this once former rebel general who is now an incredible peace builder, who has learned the practice of mindfulness meditation and is bringing it into all of his activities and trainings with former combatants, former child soldiers, and the women of Liberia, who are such a powerful force for peace in that country. Magic is happening there. Miracles are unfolding that are creating a sustainable peace in that country. They now have their own NGO called the Peace Hut Alliance, and they are taking this as far and as wide as they possibly can. And all of that is from one little clay pot filled with some prayers and some offerings. When we come into alignment with each other and with our deepest heart of hearts and what we care about most passionately, not just for ourselves, but for our whole communities and for the earth, we align ourselves with something so much larger. And that alignment is what creates miracles. It creates the opportunity for something new to happen. And these things happen naturally. They happen easily. They occur spontaneously. You can't plan for them. But that's what happens when we come together. And that's what we need.